So you're looking for the right dog trainer here in Prosper, Texas. It can feel like a huge decision because, well, it is. This will walk you through everything you need to know so you can make a choice you feel really good about. The whole point of this is to just enjoy life with your dog and Prosper, right? Whether you're taking a walk through your neighborhood or heading over to Frontier Park. We're going to give you the key info you need to choose a trainer with confidence and get you on that path. Okay, first things first, let's talk about what actually makes a great modern trainer. It really boils down to two main things: how they train and what their qualifications are. Today, the best practice in dog training is positive reinforcement. It's all based on science, and it focuses on teaching your dog what you do want them to do and then rewarding them for it, instead of punishing them for mistakes. Honestly, it just makes training way more effective and, fun for everyone involved. You're probably going to see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name. Think of these as proof they know their stuff. CPDT-KA is a really well-respected general certification. KPA-CTP means they're specially trained in positive reinforcement. And if you're dealing with tougher issues like serious anxiety or aggression, a certification like IABC-CBDC is a big deal. They all mean the trainer has passed tough exams and they're serious about keeping their skills up to date. All right, next up is the format. Dog training isn't one size fits all, so the right program really depends on your dog and what you're trying to accomplish. So you've basically got two main options to start. Group classes, they're awesome for practicing things like sit and stay with the distraction of other dogs and people around. But if your issue is something specific that only happens at home, like your dog going nuts when the doorbell rings, private lessons are perfect. The trainer can see the problem right where it happens and give you a plan tailored just for you. And then there's the board and train option. This is where your dog actually goes to live with the trainer for a couple of weeks for some really intensive work. They can be super effective, but the most important part is the handoff at the end. A great trainer is also great at teaching you how to keep up all those new good habits once your dog is back home. All right, let's talk about the cost. What should you be budgeting for professional dog training here in Prosper and the general Collin County area? As you can see, prices can vary quite a bit. That usually reflects a trainer's experience and how intensive the program is. Group classes are typically the most budget-friendly way to get started. Board and train, on the other hand, is the biggest investment. Oh, and something to remember is that buying a package of private lessons is almost always a better deal than paying by the hour. Part of being a great dog owner in Prosper is just knowing the local rules. So let's quickly go over a few key things every owner should be aware of. If you're going to remember one number when you're out in public with your dog, let it be this one. Yep, 6 feet. That's the maximum leash length allowed in all public areas here. That goes for parks, trails, sidewalks, everywhere. It's a simple rule, but it's there to make sure everyone, people and pets, stay safe and comfortable. Besides the leash law, there are a couple of other important rules. First, Texas law requires your dog to have a current rabies vaccination, and you have to have that tag on their collar. And it's also a good idea to be a good neighbor and stay on top of things like excessive barking, because the town does have rules about that. Okay, so when you're finally ready to pick up the phone and talk to a trainer, you want to be prepared. Think of these next few slides as your personal toolkit for that first conversation. This should absolutely be your first question. You're listening for an answer that sounds a lot like what we just talked about, a focus on positive reinforcement and using rewards, not force, to teach. This question tells you a lot about their dedication. A truly great trainer knows that the science of animal behavior is always evolving, so they're always learning. It shows a real commitment to using the best and most humane methods. And finally, a really practical one. A professional trainer will be completely transparent about their business practices. They should have no problem giving you a clear, written breakdown of costs and policies right from the start. It just protects everybody. So once you actually start training, you've got to practice those new skills in the real world, right? Here are some fantastic spots right here in our area to do just that. For example, the fenced-in dog park at Frontier Park is an amazing, safe place to work on recall. That's getting your dog to come back to you. The Prosper Trail system is perfect for practicing polite leash walking with real-world distractions. And when you're ready for an even bigger challenge, the public areas around Lavon Lake are great for practicing obedience around water and bigger crowds. And really, that's what this is all about. It's not about having a perfect robot dog. It's about having a happy companion who can navigate our world safely by your side. Finding the right trainer is a huge first step. Best of luck in your search, and I hope you and your dog get to enjoy everything our community in Prosper has to offer.